Hmm.
All right. So, hello. We are live for the Sis You Good Retreat Q&A, and we're waiting for everyone to join us. Um, so we shall see. Uh, how was your day?
It's been busy. How about you? It's been busy. I'm glad it's Thursday, but
You
yeah.
know, it started out busy, and then it uh and then it got like chill. So
Nice.
um,
That's a
I,
nice pre-Friday.
you know, but honestly, every day seems like it is running together, as we say.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
working from
I
home or working for yourself, it's like, oh, let me do this, let me take care of this, so you won't have to do it in the middle of the week, and then you're like just working and breaking whenever. So it really is like
I don't
when
know.
do we get a break here? Let's
I
see.
don't know.
Uh,
That's a good question.
hello,
Hello, hello,
hello, hello,
hello.
hello. We are waiting for all of our beautiful sisters to join the Q&A for the retreat. When I tell y'all, I am so ready for this retreat. I am ready to relax, to
Yes,
release, to restore, to relate.
to release.
Seriously,
Yes,
seriously, to release, to release, to release.
yes, yes.
So I am so ready for this retreat. And Gathering Oaks is just absolutely gorgeous.
It is.
I am going to pack my swimsuit so I can get out there and just relax. For whatever reason, when in the water, it's just calming,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
And so I look forward to just feeling grounded. Hey,
yes. So
Raquel,
look,
welcome, welcome, welcome.
I've already started my packing.
Hello, everybody.
So
You
Hi, Raquel.
already started your
I've
what?
already started packing. Like,
Yeah.
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like I'll be in town for Mother's Day, so I'll be staying a little longer, but or get there a little earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But I am when I tell you I am so
I
ready.
am
I am
too.
so,
Yeah.
I am so ready. Like visiting family is not enough. I need to be able to sorry, I'm typing here in our private chat. I need to not saying that sounds wrong, right? Getting away from family. But but I just need to be in a place that is unlike any place I've been in for the past
Mm-hmm.
few weeks. So
Nice.
You need a different place and a different space.
I do. I think I
I
put that
understand.
in the live chat. Let me
Yeah.
take that out of the live chat. Um,
And
I
Aaron, I just
understand.
had somebody text me directly, said she believes she's in the chat. She's on the live. I can't see. So
let's see here. Is she on Facebook or
let's see.
YouTube? We'll have to put one on mute and keep them open.
Okay.
But we are here. We're excited and ready, and hope everyone else is, because let me tell you, I
It's about
have.
that time.
It really is. We are less than what,
We're just a little 14 days away.
14 days.
14 days
Mhm.
away. Yes,
Like
2 weeks.
I'm ready
Yes.
for the 14 days to
Yes.
to come on.
Mm-hmm.
To come on.
Yeah.
So let me see something here. I feel like I'm
Okay. All right, Erin.
kind of
She says
all
she's
over the
on
place
Facebook.
on
Yes.
Facebook. Okay, I'll have to.
Yeah, I
Unless
don't
we're
see the
looking
live
at
button on
it.
Facebook indicated just yet.
I'm sorry.
I said I didn't see the live button on Facebook indicated just yet.
Yeah, I don't think you will because it
Okay.
chooses. It's like either or. Let me see here. Everyone, you'll have to have some grace with us tonight because we're working through a third party platform that's allowing us to stream in multiple places, and so trying to uh, do the things. That's the
Okay.
best way
So
I can
update.
describe it.
She's just a quick update. She says she's on YouTube now and she can see us. So
Awesome,
Okay.
awesome,
yes.
awesome. Okay, cool. Well, welcome. It is 7 minutes past, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. We've got 4 of the 6 wonderful dynamic women here. If you do not know us, we are Sis You Good, and we'll just go around and we want to welcome you to the live. We're going to go around and tell you our name, occupation, passion, purpose, those things. I'll go ahead and get started, and then we'll work our way through the live here. All right. So, hold on 1 second for me. Let me mute this. I thought I muted that. All right. Keep track of this live and that live and this chat and that chat. Okay, my name is Erin Cross. I am a member of Sis You Good, and my occupation is entrepreneur, or shall I say edupreneur. I am a former teacher who left the classroom, and I am exploring all of the entrepreneurship through educational technology and curriculum, and also business coaching. So I teach other educators and individuals who simply want to create like a curriculum from any kind of knowledge, expertise, experience, education that they've gained. I teach them how to create educational products. So that's me, that's my passion. I love the learning experience. I'm a lifelong learner and a lifelong student. So yeah, I am Erin. Who's next?
I'll go.
I can get
Oh,
All right.
who, me?
Yes.
Should I go? Okay. Okay. Hey, I am Latanya, and my occupation. I'm a lead sourcing strategist for a global wealth management firm, and my focus is diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so, really, helping people find their place within the corporate world, which ties into my passion and purpose, is helping people find their place, building relationships. More importantly, helping women find their place, know their value and their worth in the kingdom and in Jesus alone. And so, yeah, so it all, this one life, it all ties together.
Nice.
Love it, love it, love it.
So I am Dawn. I am a consultant and business coach. I focus on leadership and learning. I came out of the corporate world. I am now a continual entrepreneur for a number of years now. And my passion has been for a very long time is helping organizations, whether small business owners or large corporations, identify and support, build, and grow their most important and critical asset, which is their people. And I do that by helping individuals to really understand their purpose and passion and to go after it, whether it's an entrepreneurial venture or as an employee. You can thrive and reach and fulfill your purpose no matter where you find your life's work. So that's me.
Love it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Raquel Washington, and I am a educational coach, consultant in the field of early childhood. My passion is truly ECE. I am a former teacher. I am a former child care director slash owner, a former accreditation coach. So my background is elementary ed and early childhood education. My true divine passion is working with providers as well as teachers with training for and on any and everything early childhood, really giving them the dynamics and the components of working in this field. So I focus a lot with right now nonprofit organizations, helping them to elevate quality in their programs. Thank you, and we're so glad to have you this evening.
Yes, we will have our other two. Oh, wait, we got one more
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
hello.
All right, Joy, we are introducing ourselves, sharing our name, occupation, and passion.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone. My name is Joy. I am in the social service industry. That's the easiest way to say it. I am a manager in that. Traditionally, well, pretty much around the early education field. And so I've done that for several years. My passion is truly training. I love training. I love helping people to access knowledge and become the best versions of themselves, giving them new skills, new ideas, things of that nature to really make a difference. And in that, they can access their purpose and really show that what you love really is your purpose. So that's kind of me in a nutshell.
Awesome, 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 awesome. All right. Well, tonight we wanted to introduce you all to our team. We have one more person who's going to be joining us. We are a group of women from various backgrounds, as you can tell. And we're going to call our sis Dawn to the stage here. And she's going to share with you the Sissy Good origin and why we exist. So,
Thanks. So,
Dawn, take it.
Sissy Good was born out of years of conversations, one-offs. We would have these little dyads and triads and big group conversations about our experiences in the work world, in relationships, as Black women in this culture. And we found ourselves having these multiple conversations, and it all came to a head about a year ago. We found ourselves all in the same place at the same time. And we're having the conversation, and we really, just as we were having that conversation, thought, you know what, we need to come together and take all of these conversations and focus them into a purpose to drive and support women like ourselves, who are having some of the same experiences, and to create a space, a safe space where we could have these conversations without a fear of judgment, without concern for what somebody's going to think about what you said. Just be able to release and let out all of those experiences in a place where we can get some nods and say, yeah, I understand, I've been there. So to share those shared experiences, and so that's really where it came out of. And we'll talk about kind of how the retreat came out of that. But really to find a place where we could share with one another, build a community that can check in on one another with intentionality and focus, to make sure that we as sisters are supporting one another, and we're doing it in a way that builds us as a community.
Yes, yes, yes. That is our origin and our why. We love supporting each other and supporting Black women. There have been so many just instances, and for whatever reason, it seems like every culture wants to speak on our behalf.
Yes.
They want to tell us if we're gonna get married, how many of us are gonna get married, how many of us are starting businesses, right, or getting those higher degrees, or what we should and shouldn't expect, or who's strong,
Right.
and who's gonna save the world, as we saw with George Floyd during the pandemic. It was like, Black women, help us.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
you know. You want us to jump in, but then you want us to be silent because you don't, how they say, you want the rhythm, but you don't want the blues.
Right.
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 Exactly. Yeah.
So having this space,
And I think,
and I'll iterate, safe
yes.
space matters. It matters.
And
It matters to our well-being, as it is Mental Health Awareness Month. And it matters just in you as an individual. It matters to the collective and to individuals growing and developing yourself in life,
and I,
having a place where people understand who you are and where you are and what you're going through. And, even the silence, whether you're speaking or in silence, having people holding space and understanding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think too, part of what you shared about kind of these outside influences defining who we are. And we get it from all sources. And there are a lot of negative stereotypes or portraits of us, right, coming at us. And I think part of the conversations that we were having were, how do we combat that? Or we were tired of having to defend who we are and what we've experienced because of these negative perceptions and things coming at us on a pretty regular and frequent basis.
Right.
And
would anybody else like that?
Actually, I was going to piggyback on that, because I think that's kind of one of the things is the assumptions, and always having to navigate those assumptions about who we are or what we are not. We're not all the same. We don't, and so, always having to combat the assumption. I mean, not even just stereotypes. It's just what we think about you based on what, like TV or whatever, or this, narratives that have been created in their own mind. And when I say they, I'm referring to anybody that you interact with on, outside of your inner circle. And a lot of times it's like, where did you get that? Who told you that? Where is this coming from? Why do we're not only do we not all look alike, we're not all the same. We don't all have the same background. We didn't all grow up the same way. We don't talk the same way. We don't act the same way. We don't like the same things, and constantly having to navigate the assumption is exhausting, and then having to, even in that, in navigating that, even in that being misunderstood, and then having to deal with that whole can of worms.
Yep.
And it's like, just stop talking, because it is a tangled web. That's the best way I can describe it. And it is exhausting, and it's hard to have that, at the end of the day, there's only one group that can identify with that, in terms of, here we are. When I say these things, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't have to manufacture it. I don't necessarily have to give you an example. Like, you get it. Not you want to get it, you get it. Yeah. And that's what we need. That's where we're missing.
And I think, to your point, it's innate, right? Because to your point, we don't all, even though we're in the same community, we don't have the same experiences as far as where we come from. But that is an experience that we all have, regardless of where we've come from, right?
Right. Yeah. The assumptions, even in just, the interactions, it could be a meeting, it could be an introduction. And, I'm like, I find myself doing a blank stare, like, why are you talking to me like that? Where'd you get that? Who told you? I don't even talk that way. So why are you talking to me that way? And I know it's based on an assumption, based on what people think we are, who we are, how we interact. God forbid we involve cultural colloquialisms and things of that nature. It turns into a circus.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. You're absolutely right. And that's why this community is so important, because when we think of all of the different hats that we wear, all of the different places or seats that we occupy, not just in our respective businesses or organizations, but even within our family, we are mothers, daughters, sisters, aunties, right? Wives, all of those places, we sometimes just look for a safe space where we can just be ourselves, where we can unmask and just be vulnerable and not feel like we have to have it all together. Because many times, it's patchwork. If I'm being honest.
True story.
Yeah.
True.
And I'm okay with that.
I like to say, I'm the master of optical illusions.
Smoke and mirrors.
Yes.
Smoke and mirrors.
Yes. We wear the mask.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That is 100% okay. We need to take these ideas and societal beliefs that we have to be so much to everyone that we don't to just be ourselves. Because honestly, there are times that I just don't want to be.
Right there. Yes.
Oh, I agree with that. There are days I just do not feel like being on for nobody.
For nobody.
Exactly.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Just do me and cut the phone off and stay in my room or stay in my house by myself. I don't want to smile at nobody. I don't want to have to give no advice. Don't ask me a question.
Yeah. That day is, I don't know. That's the answer for everything. I don't know. You might want to call somebody else. I don't know.
Right. And everyone has the right to not know.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
yes. And it's okay.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's okay to not be everything to everyone.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that we fall into, that trap of trying to be all things to everyone. And then we are no good to ourselves.
Yeah.
And so,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you.
And that's the benefit of having a group like Sis You Good, because you have women, like-minded women, you can bounce ideas off. When you have those days, you're like, look, sis, let me ask you a question. Does this sound right? Did I make the right decision? So,
yep.
The whole purpose of getting away for a weekend.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the other thing, there's a thing for me is that I'm tired. I don't want to hear anybody tell me again, but you're strong.
Yeah.
You're strong.
Because I'm not.
You'll be okay.
But I don't want to be the strong today, though.
Right. There are times I don't want to be strong. I want to be carried. Like, I'm tired of carrying and hauling.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but sometimes I need that as well.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I don't want to have to make another decision.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to wonder when something is going to be handled.
Yeah.
And I have a right to that.
Yes.
You know? So anyway, y'all know we can go on and on. But there is more to be said, obviously. All right. So why a retreat? Why a retreat as the inaugural event? Joy, would you like to speak to that?
Well, I'll start that. My computer is doing something really strange. It's flashing. So I need to go check on something. But when we talked about coming together, I think we've actually alluded to it a little bit earlier. Dawn did specifically. We talked about a safe space first and foremost. Where's that space that we can just be vulnerable? We can let our hair down. We can just be. And that's so important. And so the idea of a retreat was the best thing for that, right? We can rejuvenate ourselves. We can just relax and relate to one another. We can build community and that sisterhood without judgment. And it also, retreats give you the ability to have time to focus, to find clarity, um, just to be out without having the um, other pressures of the world at that particular time. It's also so important to prioritize yourself. And it is one thing that you can do as a self-care act, to show yourself love, to just get in tune with who you are and to be able to find your purpose. And so that's one of the reasons that we decided on a retreat.
That is one of the things that I loved when we talked about acts, and it was a few blogs back. I think it was actually during Women's History Month, that Audre Lorde, I think it was, I'll have to go back and look at the blog, but she was saying that self-care is an act of political warfare.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Like that is giving me chills right now, because and I hate to say this, but even within my circle, I'll say it that way. I won't directly identify them for safety reasons. But when you think of people making assumptions that I am a single woman, I don't have children, I don't have a spouse, of course, and sometimes the assumption is made that I am always available.
Mhm.
And that is the wrong assumption to make.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
It is.
And so out of self-preservation, dealing with my own things, my own trauma, my own moods, my businesses, there are times that I just have to say no, or say that I have other things going on, or actually take the time to correct someone and say, just because I do not have these same individuals involved in my life that you do, it doesn't mean that I am just at home twiddling my thumbs.
Right.
Waiting for you to call me to babysit, or waiting for you to ask me to help you clean your house, or waiting for you to do X, Y, and Z, and it's not just our friends or family that makes that assumption, but sometimes our jobs do.
Yeah.
It's that assumption that you've got nothing else going on but what I need you to do, and it's dehumanizing. And that is something that has happened to us. We've been so objectified. We've been objectified in movies, in music, and this in societal ideas and beliefs and roles, that people don't understand that I am having a human. I have my own goals, my own dreams, my own desires, my own needs, my own trauma or healing that needs to take place or need to be tended to. And so when we get a chance to step away, or even goals and hopes and dreams, when you get a chance to step away and transform and just sit in the quietness and allowing the Holy Spirit, for me in this case, the Holy Spirit to download my next steps, or download revelation for the healing that I'm going to need to move forward or to let go of people and different things, a retreat is absolutely necessary. Like, I look forward to turning my phone off and being untouchable. And sometimes I do that now.
I was going to say that too. I do that now.
The same thing. Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing.
It is. It
And
is.
I am not apologizing to anybody for it.
Yeah. And I think too, when we think about the word retreat, right? It really means to step back from, right? We grew up like retreat in the battlefield. It became like a negative thing. Oh, they're retreating. No, we need to step back from the battlefield of our daily lives on a regular basis. And for me, there's similar to you, Erin, that I expected self to be, I've been that person in the past. Okay, well, I'll just, because, I'm called to serve, right? So I'm going to serve and serve and serve. And I came to a realization a few years back, is like, if I'm always serving, I can't get filled, right? I need to be refilling and to be filled in order to continue serving. But I need to also put myself in that serving line. I need to serve myself as well. So that for me is the retreat and stepping back and just, like I said, not having to answer to anything if I choose not to.
Right.
And not having to respond to or defend that choice.
Right.
And I think it's so important to. Oh, sorry, somebody talking.
Go ahead.
Oh,
well, no, I was just gonna say, Don and Erin, I see that Ashley, you have some fans in the chat because Ashley agreed with you, both of you, and T.L. Bailey is saying exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that what I saw where, T.L. Bailey was saying exactly, availability for others is not always a part of my self-care. And I think it's important to show up, and this is something I've had to learn, show up for yourself just with the same level of commitment that you show up for others. And I know that we say you can't pour from an empty well. And, a lot of times we're not necessarily pouring from an empty well, but we're still not giving ourselves the same level of commitment. Like, we go hard for other people and other things, but we do not go that hard for ourselves, And so, and while, like Erin mentioned earlier, all the different hats that we wear and all the things that we're carrying throughout our day, whether it's in business or family or, whatever those things are. But at the end of the day, like, when you look in the mirror, it's like, did I show up for myself today? Did I really give like, when you're going through your day and you did all of these things and you did it with excellence and, fervor, and you're showing up as your best self in every other area, except when it comes to ourselves. Are we doing that? Are we making the room to do that? Yeah. And a lot of times it does mean making that decision, Erin, to not be available for other people. Right. I mean, it just is, because I think as long as we are available in that way for others, they're going to keep drawing from the well. Mm-hmm. Why not? It's there. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then we can't get mad. We can't get upset, because we keep putting it out there. But at the end of the day, we really have to be intentional about just really showing up for ourselves at the same level, even if that means reducing how we show up for others.
Exactly.
You know, in all of the we are asked to do, in all of the decisions that we have to make, I find myself as of late asking myself, is a boundary being crossed?
Yeah,
Because
that's a good
am
question.
I going back on a promise or a word I made to myself in order for you to have what you need? And depending on who you are, if I've expressed that I was setting this boundary to you, and you're still asking me to change my word to myself, what are you really asking me to do? You know, like, I love how people have been saying, like, the airlines tell you, put your mask on first.
Yep.
Right.
Like, if I don't take care and save my own life first, then
Don't save anybody else.
I am of no use.
Yeah. You can't help anybody else.
Right. And many times when we think about it, when people are crossing those lines or those boundaries, what they're asking us to do is to not save ourselves first and to put them first.
Put them first. Yeah.
And you know, there's that. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to add that, you know, there's that myth that we don't feel pain like everybody else. You know, we don't. And I think we touched on that in one of our lives previously with, you know, one of the guests that we had. But, you know, that myth that we don't feel pain. We don't feel pain the way everyone else does or our counterparts do. We don't feel these things, and we do. But we're not acknowledging that. We don't, and we keep going, and you know. And so I think too, because for some who have taken on that and live in that myth, to your point, Erin, they keep asking, they keep drawing, they keep asking you to choose them over yourself. Why? Because they have taken on that same myth that others have, that as a Black woman, we don't feel pain the way we have a higher tolerance for pain.
Yeah.
And we don't.
That's the notice that this retreat really serves, because when you're endeavoring to transform your life and love yourself, care for yourself, right? You're basically putting everyone on notice that I am saving myself. I'm not being selfish, because you're asking me to do things for you. That's your selfness. I'll say it that way, if that's a word. But I am choosing to honor my commitment to myself. And if that means that I can't show up for you in whatever way, then you'll live.
Yeah. And you'll find some other alternatives.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we've had our sister Angela join us. Angela, we are talking about the retreat. Why a retreat? But if you would like, just introduce yourself to our audience tonight, and then share your occupation and your passion or purpose.
Hello, everyone. I am Angela Cross. My occupation is a program managing director. And my passion and purpose is just really helping people find their passion, feel empowered, realize that they're not stuck. I love being a motivator and a cheerleader for preferably women, but anybody who needs to get it out of the mud. And so I'm just excited about this retreat. I'm excited about going through this experience of transformation with these beautiful women that you see on the screen before you, and just being able to reconnect with each other, get even reconnected with ourselves, you know, life is just coming at us fast. There's so much that's going on, not only in our homes, but in society and, just the world at large. And I'm just excited to just kind of like almost press pause in a sense to just, reconnect and get back grounded and centered and recharge. So I'm excited.
Awesome. I'm sorry, I had some technical difficulties here on my end, so I was taking care of those. But we want to get into the questions, right? Because if you are in the audience tonight and you have questions, we're monitoring Facebook and YouTube. So if you have any questions regarding the retreat, feel free to drop your question in the chat here. And also we're going to share with you the download for what to bring. I know many of you are wondering, well, what should I pack? Where are we going to be? Is this outdoorsy? If you haven't had the opportunity to view the venue, you can absolutely look through the packing list and you'll get an idea of what's going to take place during the retreat. First, we have the Gathering Oaks venue. Gathering Oaks is I have only seen pictures. Yeah. So who can speak to the venue?
It is an oasis, inspirational. It's luxury in the middle of farmlands, Texas, a little spot that you don't know is there. But when you arrive, you will be grateful and thankful that it is. Absolutely beautiful. The accommodations are top notch. The staff is amazing there. There are walking trails. It's on 30 acres. Of course, Aaron already mentioned there is a swimming pool, and we will be availing ourselves of the pool. There's room for lots of activities, just beautiful private suites. We have common areas. It's just, if I could live there, I would. That's it.
Nice. Yes. Some of our team members have been there, and my sister was also there for a retreat, and she just went on and on and on about Gathering Oaks. And so I'm like, I'm ready. I am so ready to just go into the place. Like, I currently live in Chicago, and I'm so overhearing. I was telling that to a friend the other night. I am overhearing, and I live across from a hospital, so I'm overhearing ambulance.
Oh,
like if I never hear another ambulance or a police siren again, my life is made. So, anywho, let's go through the itinerary for the retreat. So we will have, of course, workshops. When you check in, so you'll arrive on, let me drop the link here.
So Friday the 19th.
Yes.
And
Friday the 19th.
And you can check in as early as 4. They can check in as early as 4.
All right. Awesome. I would honestly recommend you getting there by 4, simply because we all know Dallas traffic, and working your way down 35, either east or west to Waco area. Trust me, you'll have wanted that time. So,
yeah. And we have some folks coming up 35 as well. Thankfully, all the 35 Waco construction has ended. I think the last time I drove through there was no construction. So let's just send up a little prayer that it remains that way for the next 2 weeks. After the retreat, they can do whatever they want to.
Nice. All right. Well, cool. And so then when you check in, we will have, sorry, I didn't mean that in all caps. We will have a meeting, one of my favorite pastimes. I'm just gonna tell y'all. Joy hour, which of course consists of libations. And yes, we have a comment. Can you post the high level agenda to the Facebook page? Yeah, it's
And
on
we will
our
be
actual website.
Yeah, and we will be emailing it out to all the registrants as well. An email went out this afternoon, but in the next few days, there will another email will come out with the finalized itinerary.
Yes, and you'll be able to see the workshops and all that good stuff. So we'll have the joy hour, then dinner, and then it has on here session 1 and reflection time. So we'll be working through those. Then Saturday, we'll have the relate and release, which is you can start your morning off with a prayer walk or yoga. Then you'll have breakfast. Then we'll have session 2 and reflection time, session 3, reflection time, then lunch. And session 4, then more reflection time and discovery time, where you can jump in the pool or do whatever you need to do. If you need to take a nap or whatever.
Go get your massage on.
Yes, get a massage. And then we'll have dinner and sisters celebration. So that'll be another time that we can gather and just have some relaxation and unwind. Sunday is all about restoration, because our theme is relax, relate, release, and restore. So Sunday we'll start the day again with a prayer walk led by either myself or our sister Latanya, and then yoga, and then we'll have breakfast, and then our restore ceremony, which we're excited about, and then you'll check out. So that's the current agenda. And we'll send the actual minute by minute timeline to you all in an email. So be on the lookout for that. Now we're going to go through some of the questions that are left. And if you know of anyone who is needing to just escape, right? There are few spots left. There are a few spots left. So reach out, tell your friends, this is going to be the retreat that you need. Sometimes we don't know what we need, but I promise you, this retreat is going to be life-changing and just transformational. You're going to reconnect with yourself and the dreams that you've had. You're going to be able to take those off the shelf and fall in love with yourself all over again and reconnect with your purpose and your passions, right? And any necessary healing or reflection time you need, you'll have the quietness to really receive that download so that you can move forward into the newness of life that you've been wanting. All right. We've also got a chef bringing in some amazing meals that just look really, really good. I was looking at the menu like, I wonder if she she can mail some of those meals up to.
We'll have you some to-go containers so you can sneak your little something off.
Right. And y'all know me, I'm not saying I don't have any shame, but I will have me some Ziploc bags, okay? You might not see me, but just know I'm going to have me some Ziploc bags up in there. All right. So, again, the dates are May 19th through the 21st, and I'm just going through our Q&A. If you have any additional questions, we're going to answer those. So just drop them in the chat, but I'm going to ask that you put a Q and a semicolon in front of your questions so that we'll know that it's different from the regular conversation. So what is included in the cost of the retreat? All sessions, all meals, snacks, but we have snacks that we're going to be providing. But if you have a particular snack, like anyone who knows me knows that I'm like addicted to these Milton Craft Bakers gluten-free crackers. It's a habit, but I'm okay with it. So I know I'm going to have me a bag of those. But anyway, you're also going to get a welcome gift and a swag bag. And there are going to be other services available like the massage and those things a la carte. Can you share your room with a friend? Absolutely. Please feel free to invite a friend. Anyone can take advantage of our Bring a Friend option for only $350. And by sharing a room with that friend, you can actually save on your costs. So go on and invite a friend. Tell them that this is what they need, okay? Why isn't the retreat at a flat price? The pricing is based on the room options, because we have some king suites, some tiny houses. So the living or the residences are varied. And so the prices are based on those particular suites and rooms and all of that. All right. And you can make payment arrangements. Feel free to reach out to us. We offer payment arrangements through our payment processor, CheddarUp. So you just need to, when you're registering, you will see what those payment options are. Keisha Bass said, will there be handouts in the sessions or will we need something to take notes on? We will be providing some handouts depending on whose session, but you will also receive a journal.
Yes.
So unless you want to bring your Moesha Dear Diary, we'll have a little sample of the music for you to play if you want to write at night, like I like to. You can bring your journal, but we'll also provide you with a journal that you can take copious notes on. And after each session, you will be given reflection time. So anything that is fresh in your mind, you'll be able to write it down then and there.
Yeah, just wanted to add, Erin, so the reflection time was added very intentionally because many of us have been to retreats before where it's kind of back to back to back. And since the purpose of this is to be restored, we wanted to make sure that we gave you ample reflection time to spend time with yourself, your thoughts, what you've learned, any revelations, any downloads from the Holy Spirit. We wanted to make that available to you and ensure you had that time.
Yes. One of the things that I'll piggyback on that. One of the things that you may hear me saying often is pay attention to your life. Mm-hmm. Don't get so caught up in what else is happening in the room that you're not paying attention to what God is giving you or what the moment is giving you or what it is that you need to release. Pay attention. And even if it's small, the Holy Spirit dropped it in your spirit for a reason. So capture it in that journal because you don't know how he's going to expound on it later or how he's going to connect it with some other thing so that you can continue to grow and develop on your journey. Okay. So that's a great question. Handouts and taking notes. Absolutely. I think each of us on this team, we're all pretty reflective, but that speaks to our intentionality because we are very much committed to growing and developing and becoming the best versions of ourselves. Mm-hmm. And we just want this space to cultivate that for you, to give you the freedom to grow and to, sometimes I was on my own page thinking like, is this about to be a breakdown or a breakthrough? And it happened to be both.
So I was about to say, it could be both.
Many times you find yourself experiencing that breakdown before you can break
Yep.
through, because you do have to let go of some things in order to receive whatever it is God is trying to get to you.
Yeah.
So pay attention to your life. And it is amazing that you are wanting to take notes, because we are fully praying and hoping and believing that God is going to meet you and your faith at this retreat. Okay. All right. So let's see. Next question. Does the agenda allow for personal time? Yes. Yes. You will have reflection time and discovery time. And you know what? Even though we're offering you the options of like workshops and yoga time and breakfast and prayer walks, sometimes you just want to stay in bed, right? And that's your business. We will not be banging on your door. Are you coming? Are you late? You will have the opportunity to be on your own schedule. Okay, hallelujah, amen. All right, so what are the retreat accommodation options? We have king and queen private suites available. Well, some of those have been sold out. So tiny houses, which will accommodate up to 3 people. That's why we're saying invite a friend, because sometimes you may want it for yourself, or you may want to, have your own little girls' night or girls' trip or whatever. So you can invite up to 3 friends. And then there's the gathering house, which has 5 bedrooms of a shared space. So you can look and see what's available. If you have not made a decision whether or not you're going to attend the retreat, on our website, I believe I already posted the link to register. So just check the chat for that.
Yeah, and the website does give you the availability of what we have left. And as you said, we only have a few rooms left. So if you're planning on thinking you want to do it, go ahead and do it and get registered.
Yes. And even if you know someone, the Holy Spirit might be leading you to sponsor someone or to give them a retreat. Do that, because you may be someone else's. They may not be able to go, or they may not realize that this is what they need. And so sow that seed and just watch God multiply it for you. You don't know what's on the other side of that. All right. Can you bring your children? We love the kids. We like Martin. Martin love the kids. But this is an adult-only retreat. Okay. So we hope to offer retreats for the whole family in the future. But as of right now, we are helping you put on your mask first. All right. We're helping you save yourself. So focus on you and what you need, and just enjoy this time away from your little ones, and you'll be relaxed, related, released, and restored to go back and serve. Yes. Right.
And the little ones may enjoy the time away from you. So
yeah.
Just saying.
That's real talk right there, Don. That's real talk. She's gone. Yay!
A real life situation. Mm-hmm. All right. If you have specific dietary needs, please email us at info@sisugood.org and put in the subject line dietary restrictions. Okay. And send us your information so that we can make sure that we have options available for you. We don't want you to come out and be relaxed, related, released, restored, and hungry. We want you to come out and get any and everything that you're gonna need, okay? So in regards to what you should bring, I am posting the link here, and I'll, I believe it was sent out in an email.
Yes, so the attachment wasn't just a high level, but we'll send the attachment again in the email for all of the registered guests.
Okay.
So they'll get it again.
So I'm going to post the link, and you can download it. Come on, technology. Here, we'll get a little ping that you're wanting to download the packing list and all the things of what you should bring. I do know outside of you packing your own, all the things that make you comfortable, keep in mind that, we are going to be in southeast,
It's Central Texas.
South Texas.
It's just Central Texas.
There we go. So, and this is not the Metroplex. So you are definitely going to want comfortable sneakers. Some of you may even feel comfortable in your rooms, but with like flip-flops and shower shoes, depending on how you like to move about in your personal space. There will be a release ceremony on Sunday, and so we are requesting that you wear all white. So feel free to come to that. And
I would say on Saturday night at the dinner, at our sit-down dinner, if you want to, floss it up, feel free. Get cute.
Yes. Yes.
But be comfortable.
Yes. Above all, be comfortable, please. Like it is impossible to relax when you're wearing shapewear. Well, for me, it is. Some of you may feel comfortable and all that, but dress to your level of comfort. There's also going to be activities, of course, outside. Mm-hmm. Like we will have the bonfire going, the prayer walks in the morning, or yoga. So you may want to pack your activity wear. This is Central Texas. It's not a metroplex like Dallas or Houston. So I would encourage you to bring some SPF, but also bring some insect repellent. Because we are going to be in the country. All right. Let's see.
And what don't else? Forget, bring your swimsuit.
Yes.
Pull out that bikini, tankini, whatever. Just bring it.
Shorts and t-shirt, whatever you feel.
Yes.
Whatever you feel. All right. And then will alcohol be served at the retreat? Y'all don't know me. But you will learn me.
So
there's be some liberation and some libation.
So we take that as a yes.
Yes. And we have had a I forgot, what do you call the person? The
mixologist.
A mixologist.
We had a mixologist
actually craft special cocktails just for us.
Yes.
And if you are not one who imbibes, you are still welcome. We will have mocktinis available for you. So
yes. We will serve wine and cocktails during our welcome meet and greet and during our joy hour. And but you are also welcome to bring your favorite wine or cocktail or non-alcoholic beverage. We will have coffee, tea, water, juice, things like that on the premises. All of that will be available for you to partake at any time during the retreat. Now, don't come in these workshops lit, okay? That goes without saying, but I'm just reiterating. Yeah, because I would probably use the excuse like, this is part of my release. But yeah, we're all gonna focus on our focus during the workshops. All right. Okay. So the next question, how do I get to the retreat? The retreat is located in the heart of Texas at Gathering Oaks Retreat. The address is 316 Canyon Oaks Drive. This is also in the what to bring packet. From Fort Worth, you're going to take I-35 West, I-35 South towards Waco, take Highway 6 North, and Texas 6 North to Canyon Oaks Road in McLennan County. From Dallas, you're going to take 35 East and I-35 South towards Waco. Take, again, 6 North, Texas 6 North to Canyon Oaks Road in McLennan County. All right. Are there any additional things that we did not cover? I believe each room has a air conditioning unit.
Yeah, all the rooms are air conditioned. So yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can
Mhm.
adjust
So
that to your
they're
level.
modern accommodations. It just happens to be in the country. That's it.
The way we like it.
Yes.
All
We
right.
have
Each room,
all of the luxuries we are accustomed to. So
And each
Yes.
room has a mini refrigerator, I believe. So
and there
in
coffee,
addition.
what do you call it? I don't drink coffee like that. Coffee pots in some of the rooms as well. But as Aaron said, so you'll have access to coffee, tea, juice, and water throughout the event. So
Awesome. 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 Awesome.
and there
All
is
right. So
ample parking as well. So and parking
yes.
is free.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so does anyone, I'm looking at both chats. It looks like we've answered all of our questions. All right, so next we're gonna go through, and everyone on the Sis You Good team, we're going to discuss our retreat takeaways, maybe what are our expectations, not just for ourselves, but maybe even for others. What are the things that you're wanting to see happen? Who would like to go first?
I guess
I can go first.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Rock.
So my expectation for myself is to really embrace the weekend, really take at heart to the topics that we will be talking and discussing, and really just be a support system for our team as well as for our participants who are coming. If that means be a thought partner for someone, or be a shoulder to just lean on at the time, because again, some of the topics, you just never know where they're going to take you, and you never know what emotions might come out of. Not to say we're going to have this, where we're going to, things are just going to be all wild and crazy. No, but I really want us to really focus on ourselves. What is our need, including myself? What do I need to basically survive, move forward, press forward? And I want to take away friendships, new friendships, sisterhood, and a community where I can have a safe place.
Awesome.
That's great, Raquel.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. Who would like to go next?
I'll go ahead and go. So for me, similar to Raquel, for myself, I just want to slow down for a moment. I have all of these balls that I've been juggling in the air, and new balls have been tossed into my little juggle circle recently. And I want to slow down and just be still for a moment, to listen and to hear from God, and also to connect with my sisters, my sister team, and as Raquel said, so my new sisters, and be supported. And I honestly, I want to be in a space where I'm normally not that person who is vulnerable in front of others, but part of my focus for this year has been to be very intentional about the places that I go, the things that I do, and the people that I connect with. And part of that is opening myself up to be vulnerable in spaces that I normally would not be. So for that is a huge piece for me, and one of the takeaways for me. But I also want to be that space to provide and create that space for others to be vulnerable with me, and to be that support system. And if I need to carry some of my sisters, I'm willing to do that in this space. So that's it.
Love that.
I guess I'll go.
I'll go. Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to piggyback off of that. Just a lot of what has already been said are my takeaways. Just holding space for women. A lot of times when we come to a retreat, there are people we don't know, and even the people we do know, it's like, can I really just take off the mask? Can I really just, be truly authentic and vulnerable and transparent about what's going on in my life, what's going on in my heart? And I really, my prayer is that we allow ourselves and each other to, get into that heart posture, get into that space of just really getting what we need. This is an investment in ourselves, which will have, lifelong returns, to benefit every area of our life, really. And so I'm hoping and praying that the women really come with an expectant heart and really understanding that this is an investment. I know as a mom, a single mom, a lot of times I talk myself out of a lot of things for myself. And so even this retreat, I remember initially being like, do I have time? Do I have the money, the resources? And I get it. It's like you got to find the babysitter. You got to, who's going to feed the kids? Who's picking them up from this? And you're thinking of all these things just to prepare, just to come. But know that this is all a sacrifice, because it is a huge investment in yourself, that you will really, if you put a lot in, you'll get a lot out. And so I'm hoping that women just really come with that expectant heart and being prepared to just really be transformed, and that we all grow stronger and closer together. And so I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome.
Well, I will piggyback on that, on what all of you have said before that. In addition to just being able to just be and able to sit in the quiet, for me is going to be a great takeaway, because I think just being able to have that reflection period and able to just get away from all the other things and tasks and assignments on my life, but being able to just sit in the quiet and reflect, having time to journal uninterrupted, and finding peace, being able to be in that safe space for vulnerability. I think all of us have touched on that. And then really connecting with others that I don't have necessarily, haven't met them before this, but being able to build community with them and being a support system for them. So those are my takeaways, just being in that space and being able to move in the space as God would have me move. So.
Awesome. For me, the things that I am looking forward to is particularly the releasing and the restoring. Oh gosh, I don't know why I'm getting emotional about this. But I am in a place for myself that I have had to come to terms with the old ways aren't working. And the one scripture that has been coming to mind is, if any man be in Christ, they are a new creation. Old things have passed away. All things are becoming new. And if I'm honest with myself, then I am having to grieve the relationships or friendships or all of those old things that I'm having to release in order to receive the newness that Christ is presenting in front of me. And that's not just in business, it's also in family dynamics, it's also in friendships. Because sometimes we get in this space of filling a role, and we've talked about it all night. We're in this place that we play a part, and that part for me is old. It's no longer the part that I can play, and it's not going to serve me for where I'm going now. And so I look forward to fully releasing that into the hands of God. And I look forward to the restoration of being who He designed me to be, and accepting that and coming to terms with that, and just fully understanding the responsibility of that. So that's what I received for myself. And I'm just praying that over everybody at the retreat. I don't know the needs that people are coming to Crawford with, but my prayer is that whatever you need, even the needs that you are afraid to voice or the things that you don't know that you need, that God will show Himself strong and give you the grace to exchange your weaknesses for His strength. Because that is something that we need to lay down as well. Sometimes we're so strong that we're trying to show up strong with God. And He's like, I got all the strength. So why are you fronting in front of me? And so I am just praying for every woman that whatever they need, that they feel safe enough and free enough and at peace and come to terms with it, whatever healing that they need, whatever, sometimes, just resting. Mm-hmm. And it's not just that physical rest that we need, but it's also the mental and spiritual rest that we just need to lay at His feet and receive that newness, that new idea and belief of resting in God, knowing that He's got it, knowing that He won't let us fall, knowing that He's going before us and making our way perfect. And so that's what I look forward to seeing and receiving. And I pray that we show up as your sisters who are holding your hand and holding space for you and loving on you, and that you feel the love that we have for you and that God has for you to receive whatever you need by the end of this retreat, so that you can go back to your life in the newness that God has for you, and that you'll have the courage to live that out and walk that out consistently as we do. So those are my, I don't know what's going on with me, but I've been doing a lot of crying lately. But I'm just going to trust that this is a safe space. So those are all of our takeaways. If you are here with us tonight, just drop in the chat what you are looking forward to at the retreat. There seems to be a little bit of a time delay.
Tia
Bailey
moving beyond pretense to the truth and who God says we are. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, Keisha.
The self-care part. Keisha Bass said the self-care part, getting along with God in a peaceful setting, hanging with like-minded ladies, absolutely, and the opportunity to organize my ideas
Mhm.
in my organization, business, ministry, and writing projects.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, we hope and pray that you will get all of that. I was telling, I was telling my sister Angela, sometimes I have to pray those sun stand still prayers
Mhm.
where it's like, okay, God, I know I have all this on my plate. I am asking that you make the sun stand still so that I can get it all done. You
Yep.
know,
Mm-hmm.
if you're the same yesterday, today, and forevermore, then
Yes.
go on and hold that time for me. Make me work faster. Unlock
Mhm.
the strategies or ideas or whatever I need to have to get all of this done because you've trusted it to me for a reason.
Yep.
So we're going to be praying for you both, T.L. Bailey and Keisha, that you are able to receive all the things that you
Yes.
need during this time. So, all right, good, 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 good. Thank you, ladies. All right, so now we're going to go through, we do this at the end of all of our lives. We like to ask 5 getting to know you questions. And so we want you all to chime in as well if you're on the chat. Um, what is your word? This is to everyone, whether you're part of the Sis You Good team or on the chat. What is your word for this year? I'll go first. Mine is consistency.
Well, actually, consistent. I actually have 2 words. Mine is consistency is one of them. That was first, and then intentional.
Love it.
You took my word, Don, but my other word would be focused.
Okay.
Nice.
Don, you took my word because it was intentional.
Well, it's a big word. We can all share
That
it.
is true. That is so true.
Right, right. What is your word for the year?
Mine, I think, is grind. It's not a one word. I mean, I know this requires one word, but it was my phrase for the year in January was grinding with grace. Um, because I know I have always been a part of that like hustle culture and get it done and drive, but it's just like being able to accept when God is like, some things you may not, you may have to grind for, but not at the level you were used to, and things will be like just laid at your feet. And so grinding with grace has just kind of been my word for the year of like recognizing and having the wisdom to know, you know, all the effort that may be required, and then at some point grace takes over. So that's great.
Love
Love
it.
that.
Love it. Love it.
I
All
love
right.
that. I
Well,
love that.
I was like, Keisha said her word
yeah.
is faith, and
Yes.
T.L. Bailey said transitional. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I want to
Absolutely.
steal Angela's word, part of her phrase, grace, but
You
also
can.
giving myself grace. Because I
Mm.
think
Yes.
a lot of times we don't do that. We don't
Yes.
give grace to ourselves. And so
Right.
I think that
Right.
be intentional in giving myself grace. Look at that.
Yeah.
I made a
I
whole
like
phrase.
Yes, that's it. Because
intentional
that's what I'm
grace.
learning. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm learning. I think it's like I've always been intentional in like just I got to get it done because I got
Yep.
to. Black woman gonna do what she got to do, right? But it's like, wait, I need to be intentional about sitting back. I need to be intentional about just relaxing and saying, it's gonna work itself out. God's gonna help me figure this out, and just not feeling like I have to carry everything. So it's
Yeah.
like God blesses the works of our hands, as the scripture says, but also there's room for Him to just do it. And I have since I've had that mindset, y'all, there's just been things where it's just been like things have been just laid at my feet because I've made room for him to do what he does,
Mhm.
right? His yoke
Right.
is easy and his burden is light. And so when I just rest in him and not trying to do everything in my own strength, when I'm intentional about like, how do you want to handle this? and recognize him as my first resource. It's just been a lot more smoother, and more
Yeah,
restful. But yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely. All right, next question. What does self-love mean to you? I'll go first. Boundaries and discipline. There are things that like I said earlier, there are things that I will backpedal on, or not be disciplined in. And loving myself means, for me, in order to walk in what's the word I'm looking for? In order to walk in the fullness of this new season, it means I have to set boundaries and be disciplined about my work. So that means saying no a lot of times and re-educating people on who I am. So self-love to me in this season means boundaries and discipline.
I like that. Re-educating people on who you are. Um, for me, in this season, self-love for me is saying yes to me and to who God created me to be. So, whether it's in business, personal relationships, it's turning the lens, the mirror back to me and focusing on me.
Nice. Love it, love it, love it. Feel free to chime in the chat, you guys. What does self-love mean to you? Who would like to go next?
Self-love for me is using the word no. Not right now. I'll get back to you. And it really, for me, it is drilling down and focusing on me, being able to shut out. So I have a phrase right in front of my computer that says, Lord, please silence the noise and quiet the storm, because it's so much that goes on every single day. And sometimes we can get lost in that. So for me, it is making sure I take the time to be intentional, to focus only on me and take care of what my needs are. So using the word no, which is very hard because I'm always like, what can I do? How can I help?
Yeah.
Now I'm like, you know what? That sounds so good. I'll get back with you.
Yeah. It's good.
I love that. I would say for me, I'm learning that it's honoring myself. When I was looking at, as I kind of came into the new year, I was looking at like some of the goals that I was constantly still working on, that I would like fall off the wagon and get back on and all that. And it was, and then I remember just hearing the word like honor and just feeling like, okay, that's like a certain standard or a certain esteem, when you honor someone. And it's like, if I'm honoring myself, and of course that covers all that we're speaking of tonight, but just like that word just stands out to me because it just reminds me like to treat myself with a certain level of esteem and conduct, and reverence in what I need, in what, and discipline and stuff goes along with it, because I was like, if I honor myself, then I am going to make sure I take care of my health, and I am going to make sure, I get enough rest. I get, whatever needs that I'm meeting in at whatever season. And so, yeah, self-care is honoring myself.
Love it.
And I piggyback on all of those. I think in this season, self-care is also saying no and being okay with it. Being okay with not being everything to everyone. And looking at what is best for me and for the path that I want to chart, and going forward, being disciplined in doing that and being okay with it. So, yeah.
T.L. Bailey commented, self-love to me is resting in my choice of not taking ownership of others or other behaviors. That is facts. That is facts. I think, it's not so much that we as Black women are like superheroes. It is natural that we are nurturing. And that nurturing sometimes looks like we're saving everybody or coming to their rescue or stopping them from receiving a consequence. And, sometimes people won't learn unless they go through their decisions, the consequences of their
Consequences. Yes.
And so that is awesome. Not taking ownership of others or others' behaviors. Like sometimes it's hard to, and I'm naturally someone who wants to help. So it's like hard to sit back and be like, oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll feel like I'm being heartless. And it's like, nope.
Yeah.
I'm just loving you, but I'm going to allow you to feel all the things you need to feel so you can learn the lessons that you need to learn.
Yeah.
And people will accuse you of being heartless.
I've had to come to the realization in that type of situation that whether you learn the lesson or not, I'm not the answer. And so stepping back and just watching it unfold, I'm praying for you. I'm here standing with you in support, but I'm not taking it on at all. Mm-hmm. And that's a hard place to be in, especially if you are a mother. But I'm learning that. And I embrace it fully.
Listen, fully, yes. Like you are on your own journey, my child.
Yes.
And you have to learn certain lessons. Yes, I'm with you on that. Love that.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Joy?
I said, and even when people call you heartless because you're not there rescuing, being okay with it.
Yeah.
and not trying to fix that because of their perception of you.
Yeah. When I first started teaching, I watched this one teacher. She had been teaching for probably 5 years, longer than I was, but she was teaching 4th grade. And one of the students was supposed to bring like their homework or something. And this was like their last chance. She had been giving them like 2 weeks to turn in their homeworks or whatever so they can do their grades. And when they didn't show up with it, you could see the total disappointment in that child. And she sat right there and said, wow, that's irresponsible. And I was like, I don't know what to say at this moment. Like, and then I asked her, I said, do you want to let him call his mom? She said, no. He has had 10 days, actually 14 with the weekend, to put that work in his backpack. And every day he chose not to. So, oh well. And his mom, like, I can bring it up there. He has had 10 days to put that work in his backpack. And she stuck to her guns. But when I tell you that boy never missed it the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So he just had to learn the lesson, So that's really Bass wrote, hard question. I keep erasing my answers. It's all good. I guess accepting, she says, what does self-love mean to me? Accepting who I am, who I really am, faults and all. Honey. Mm-hmm. Honey, that mirror only looks at you. And I read a meme or a Instagram post, and this lady wrote, I just finished working with my therapist, and I realized I am the source of all my problems. And so I'm sitting with that. And I was like, ooh. that can be a hard, especially if you've been enabled all your life
Mm-hmm.
to blame others, or you have been told you're wrong, or you do have faults, or and they're really faults that you haven't wanted to acknowledge. So we're sending hugs and grace and love to you, Keisha, as you are sitting in acceptance. But understand this, you are completely loved.
Yes. And you're not
And
alone, because we all got our bag of faults that trail behind us. So, yep.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the phrases that I've learned to say in this season, I did this wrong, but I'm okay with it. This didn't work out, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna work through it, but it's gonna take a while, but I'm okay with it. Yeah. So we love you. So we look forward to hugging you in this at this retreat and meeting you and all the gloriousness that you are. All right. So our next question is, what is your favorite thing about your self-care routine? What is your favorite thing about your self-care routine?
I'll go first. I would say that I love going for walks, and like being out in nature. It just rejuvenates me. It gives me clarity. I have a lot of, sometimes I'll have ideas. Sometimes I'll just work through some things that are just kind of weighing on me. So it's just one of my favorites to do, and it keeps me fit. But yeah, I love taking walks because it just rejuvenates me in so many ways.
I guess
For me, I'll go next. But one of my self-care routines is to read and just disconnect, get in a quiet spot and just read. Different genres, but it'll just take me away. And so it gives me time to just disconnect from other things that are going on in my life, and I can focus on something completely different, and it brings me joy.
Nice.
I say for me, what I love about my self-care routine is that it's never the same. It's variety. So it's whatever I'm feeling in the moment. And it may be a walk in the early morning. It might be sitting on my patio with just a light little drizzle coming down. And it takes me back to sitting on the porch with my grandfather when I was little. It might be reading. It might be taking myself out to dinner and just treating myself. Or it might be, sometimes it's, I'm not getting up at 5 a.m. I'm going to go and I'm going to work out at 9. So it's whatever. It changes based on what I need at the moment.
Love it. Keisha wrote getting a massage. Isn't that the best? Like, that is one of the best. I love when I see that little appointment pop up in my calendar. One of my favorite things about my self-care routine is honestly getting in my car and going for a long drive. Nice. Gas was $7 here in June when I moved here last year. $7.99. And that's what I knew. I needed a new self-care routine, but I still filled up my car and I got on Lakeshore Drive and I drove it all the way up to Milwaukee. And I turned myself around and I went all the way down to Indiana and I came back. And by the time I pulled into my garage, I had peace about my situation. So when sometimes it's not like me getting out of the house is not like going running errands. Sometimes I just need that long drive. And it's like God is just sitting right there in that passenger seat, helping me process whatever I need to process. So that is one of my favorite things. Another, of course, is wine, but yeah, anyway. What is your favorite thing about your self-care routine, Raquel?
Well, mine is very simple. I come home, I close all the curtains, I put on, I light my candles and put on my favorite music, my favorite playlist, and I just sit and listen to music, and it just relaxes me. Um, Music fuels my soul. It really does. And especially if I'm having, like you, Aaron, some hard things I need to kind of work through. I put on my worship playlist, which is almost about 2 hours worth of music, and I'll sit in the middle of my floor, or actually lay in the middle of my floor and just listen to it and just let it minister to me and really just try to work through my situation. So I love aspects of life, all aspects.
I love that you're a floor layer.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I did that when I started taking restorative yoga. And the first time I took restorative yoga, I felt my spirit come out of my body, because I was like, so this is what this is about. And it was so tranquil and so peaceful. And I was like, I need this every week in my life. So I enjoy it. I really do.
Look, so Rock, we are going to be doing a little restorative.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. That is also my favorite form of yoga.
Yeah, just laying there being still.
Yes, just being still. Yes. Yes.
I love it.
Yep.
Well, I've not done yoga, but laying on the floor listening to music is one of my things. Like, I can do that, and it's just like I just feel elevated, like just grounded, and that whole body grounded, you know. So TL Bailey Road, my self-care routine is having quiet time to journal, crochet, just that you know how to crochet, and be okay with not doing anything at the moment.
Yes.
Love. I'm a journal writer and a not do anything at the moment.
Yes.
Person. All right. What is our next question? It's our second to last question. What is your guilty pleasure? What is your guilty pleasure? I am a TV watcher, and I will watch me some Yellowstone, some 1883, 1923. They're even about to come out with a 1944, and it is so good. But also, I've been watching The Neighborhood with Cedric the Entertainer. I had never watched that show before, and I've gone from season 1 to season 4 in a matter of weeks. And when I tell you, that show has me weak. Like, I will laugh. Yesterday, I was laughing so hard, I fell over and couldn't even get up. Like, if you've not watched it, it's on like Paramount, I think. Paramount Plus. And it also comes on CBS because they have season 5 that's on it now. But let me tell you, the chemistry of the cast and that show has me in stitches every time. I know my neighbors are like, who is laughing that loud? So anyway, but that is my guilty pleasure, and with it.
Well, mine is not TV. Mine actually, and I'm so ashamed for this, but I absolutely love eating ice cream late at night. I don't know what it is. If I'm up past 11 o'clock, I need a scoop of something, and my freezer right now has about 6 pints of salted caramel ice cream from Kroger. So, and here's the other thing. I don't stop at just a scoop. I will probably eat the whole pint. I'm not lying. It defeats all the workout that I do the day of.
Uh,
That's
well,
funny.
It's a safe space.
my guilty,
Enjoy.
I will say, my guilty pleasure is, and I know how I got into it. My sister watching
I'm sorry.
Nollywood movies, and pretty much all kind of African movies, Ghanaian, Egyptian. I have gotten so engrossed in these movies. Like, I've watched them on YouTube. I've watched them on Netflix, on Prime. I have really gotten into it, so much so that I can just sit there and binge watch for hours these movies. So yes.
Yeah. Well, I will just
Nollywood.
bounce off that because I got her into it and I'm still in it. So I am a Nollywood nut. And I love the bad ones, the horrible ones, just as much as the ones with high production value, the ones with the boom mic sticking in, or the one that's edited with a whole nother movie cut into it.
Hilarious.
So yeah, that is my guilty pleasure. So.
It is all good. All good. Yeah, I know I've been like, have y'all watched Merlot and Avocados or Happiness is a 4-letter word or whatever that movie was?
Yep.
Look,
Love is a 4-letter word. It was a good one.
Yeah. What cracks me up about those sometimes though is like one movie will be the first movie will be 30 minutes. The sequel will be 43 minutes. And then the trilogy will be an hour and 20 minutes or something. And I'm like, where is the story going? And then they are not ashamed of using Asian music for reflection.
It's all every genre of music. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Right.
Yeah.
So, all right, which brings us to our next question, our final question for the evening. What is your theme song? Mine, I am not ashamed to say, mine is James Brown, The Boss. Because for whatever reason, that song helps me make the decisions I need to make. Because it's like, it pays the cost to be the boss. Like, you got to take on the responsibility of doing the things. And so whenever I need to outsource something for my educational curriculum, or someone wants me to do something else, but it's going to pull me from something else, I'm like, no, I've got to weigh the things, but also I can reap the rewards of the whirlwind of it. So, so that song always gets me going.
For me right now, and I don't know how this came into my playlist, but Enjoy Yourself by the Jackson 5s. That has been, it's been on my playlist now for about 5 or 6 months. I don't even know how it came up, but that I will say right now is my theme.
Nice.
Let's see, for me, right now it is Olaorun Akbaye. We're sticking with the Nollywood Nigerian theme here. And it is You Are Mighty. So it is a gospel song. And it just, the first time I heard that song, it literally, I felt the spirit. And I just played it over and over and over and over. And I'd love to just turn it on and let it just fill the space around me. So
nice.
And for me, my song for the last few years, until I get out of school, is gonna be and is "Closer" by Guapale. I absolutely
Oh,
love,
nice.
love, love that song. I try to listen to it at least twice a day just to get me closer to my goal. Because since I am a single person and it's just me at home sometimes, so sometimes when I'm like, oh, I need to hear something, and I don't have my parents anymore, so I need somebody to come down and be like, you getting there, you getting closer. So yeah, got on repeat.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. Keisha wrote in the chat her favorite song or her theme song is Believe for It. Who sings that? Who sings Believe for It?
No.
We'll have to.
Oh, Cece.
Cece. Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Nice, nice. Cece Winans. Yes.
Yes.
Grew up on her.
Mhm.
And BB, even look, I remember Cece when she was on the praise team with at PTL. BB.
We go way back.
Yes, but I was like 1 or 2 or something.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
All right. Well, we meant to be on for 45 minutes, but love the conversation for tonight. And we hope that each of you got answers to your questions and just felt a little more connected. We want to remind you to invite a friend. There are a few spots left. And don't forget to download the link for the What to Bring guide. It is here in the chat, but you will also receive it in an email. And then invite friends to join our email list and follow us on socials and even come into the Well Women group. I don't know what link this is. Let me see. But yeah, invite friends to join our email list. Follow us on socials at Sis You Good. We're on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok. And you may have seen some of our morning prayers. We're always, always, always praying for you and your families and praying that you'll be lifted. I'm trying to see. Let me see if I can download this.
And I would just say, while you're doing that, if you are already registered for the retreat, keep an eye out for your emails because you'll be getting the updates and the latest and greatest details for your arrival via email. And you can always reach out to us via the website or emailing us at info@sisugood.org or giving us a call as well. So we do have a contact number on the website as well.
Yes. And we look forward to seeing each and every one of you on May 19th through the 21st. For whatever reason, I can't. Let me see. Can I click on this? Let's see. Sorry. For whatever reason, it's not allowing me to click on it. Does anyone see the comment on Facebook from Miss Bailey?
I see it.
What song is that, Miss Bailey?
She has a link. Let me see if I click on it.
Yeah, it won't let me click on it. Like it shows it as a live link, but I can't. It won't actually open it for me.
Let me see if I can copy.
Okay. We'll have to add these to the playlist for that weekend, so that we can all rock out to our favorite tunes there. And yeah,
it's a link to Open Heaven. Yes, Open Heaven. So yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
What's the song?
Did you say Open Heaven?
You're muted.
Okay, Rock, we can't hear you.
trying to get back to my mute and then I'm switching screens. So this one says the name of the song is "This Is the Day" by Miranda Curtis. The name of the album, I believe, is Open Heaven.
Oh, okay.
Nice. I'll have to listen to both of those. So cool. Thank you so much, ladies, for engaging with us and joining the dialogue and sharing and being vulnerable. We look forward to meeting our fellow sisters and getting to know more about you all and you getting to know more about us. And until next time, our next time that we'll see you is at the retreat. So we are counting down the days. So we look forward to seeing you May 19th through the 21st. And we hope that you, from this time to that time, that you are safe and loved and validated and protected in all the beautiful things that that you desire to be. Okay. She commented, "This was a joy. I look forward to my future with y'all." Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
It's going to be a wonderful time. I'm so ready to laugh and cry tears of joy with each of you and dine with you all and all of that. So it's going to be.
And I'm just going to let y'all know I'm a hugger. So when I see you, I'm going to hug you. Even if I don't, it's our first time meeting. So just be prepared.
All right, you guys. Well, thanks again. And we will see you guys at the retreat in Crawford on May 19th. And don't forget, you can check in as early as 4 p.m. 4 p.m. All right. So we look forward to seeing you then. And we hope that you have an amazing night. And good night.
Good night.
Thank you
all. Love y'all.
Love you. Bye.
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 Bye.